All right, we're back. Oh god, that's really loud. Is that too loud? It's the same as my mic settings always are. Sorry, I went live like 5 seconds ago and the mic wasn't working, so we're re-live now. The people on YouTube in the future will not have experienced my technical difficulties at all. Smooth as silk. Anyway, I do feel like I'm peaking the mic more, but I don't know. Let me know if the mic's too loud or something, if I need to like turn it down. Anyway, we are back with Aetherdrift. I got to restart my whole spiel in my head. We're back with Aetherdrift. It's now on Moto. So instead of doing bullshit like drafting or prepping for the Pro Tour or doing anything like that, we're just going to play the new Aetherdrift cards in Legacy because that sounds way more fun. Specifically, I want to try Ketramose in this kind of veering off away from the traditional D&T style decks, trying to support the Felia Overlord engine in like a 60 card shell, keep pace with Legacy's faster decks with a card like Chromok instead of Aether Vial, stuff like that. See if Ketramose is enough of a value engine to kind of glue this whole deck together. I have no idea if this deck it will be good at all. It might just be a complete pile of shit and unplayable. We're gonna kind of just workshop it on the fly. If we're losing a bunch and this deck is clearly misbuilt, we'll pretty aggressively drop out of a league and try to like rebuild it, or maybe even switch to other Aetherdrift endeavors entirely. I do want to try Turbo Muxus as well. That deck feels like it has been slowly accruing cards that are pretty good, and maybe we can bring it back. Specifically the heavy. What is it? I forget. It's something with the H, and then heavy is like the Rabble Master plus Goblin Haste Lord for one in or for two in a red. Haste Lord that can be cast off of Ancient Tomb feels really powerful for that deck, but that's for maybe another stream. Maybe if this league goes like monumentally badly or monumentally quickly, we shall see. But let's get right into it, huh? Because I just want to play some games. I want to put Ketramose into play. Oh, there's my Turbo Muxus build. Let's do this instead. So to check on rules interactions, if you play and activate bones on the same turn, is that technically two separate exile triggers from the beginning of combat and then the finality counter? Yes. If you had Ketramose in play and you played Emperor of Bones, you would go to combat, trigger Ketramose on the exile, animate, put the thing into play, and then on your end step, your thing would be exiled because it's removed with a finality counter, and then you would draw a card again. You'd also draw another card if you reanimated like a Felia or a Solitude to exile a third thing. You would draw a third card. One round Mystic Forge, round two Belcher, yeah. Hey, we have like one Null Rod, I think. And two Mindbreak Traps in the sideboard. We'll be fine. This deck is certainly more equipped to beat a bunch of stupid combo decks than traditional D&T. Eureka! Eureka, get out of here! I'm not even in the prelim. Alright, well, Eureka's up to some bullshit, so, like, we just can't keep a hand like this. We just gotta, like, mold a Thoughtseize or Orcish Bonemaster or whatever. I think I would keep this in the blind. Double Ketramose is definitely a little awkward, but, you know, you pitch one to Solitude. Alright, we're cooking. I think we just bottom this Ketramose because it's not gonna fucking do anything. What if Eureka's just like on a... I mean, this hand is like still perfectly acceptable on against like a fair deck if Eureka saw the light of God today. What you got going on over there, buddy? Show me the goods. Boo! You got the turn one? Oh, you motherfucker. He's on Literal doomsday, huh? So we, like, actually have to take Lotus Petal, too, because he just turn 1 doomsdays me otherwise? And then he just goes, like, Tarn Petal, and then we just get turn 2 doomsday, because we can't Thoughtseize the doomsday? You're gonna boo me with this hand? This hand is so Thoughtseize proof. It's literally all it's 3 pair. I just have to take fucking Lotus Petal. Ketramose already doing Ketramose things going to the bottom of our deck, yeah. Alright, cast your Brainstorm and then draw. If you just drew Dark Ritual, I'm gonna be so upset. Alright, yep. Alright, well, he didn't literally draw a Dark Ritual there, which is nice. I don't think I'm allowed to Thoughtseize here. Like, he hasn't shuffled. I think I need to put the clock into play, but, like, can I win if he just goes, like, land Doomsday? He goes down to 9, ping to 8, attack 7/6, Ephemerate can go to 5. We might be able to get there with Bowmaster. I think we have better odds of getting there with Bowmaster than by casting Thoughtseize here, given that we know he has 2 Doomsdays. He's just gonna have, like, days for the Orcish Bowmaster, though, of course. Maybe I'm supposed to Sorcery Speed this Bowmaster on the off chance that he'd, like... Yeah, of course. Alright, so maybe he shuffles away one of the Doomsdays, and then gets the other one Thoughtseize, and then it's fine. And then we draw... What can we even draw here? I mean, that's something. It'll be good with the Overlord on top of my deck. Third Brainstorm? No, consider, sure. Unlucky that he left all the Doomsdays in his hand. Milled Deep Analysis. I mean, I guess we just take this Brainstorm and just hope he just misses for the entire rest of the game. I'll also just Sorcery Speed this Felly to play around a top deck Daze, I guess. Alright, chat. Everyone channel your energy for... I don't even... What do we even want on the top of our deck? Just a creature, I guess. A creature that isn't Felia. Hardcast Deep Analysis? Yeah. Or not hardcast, I guess. Flashback, but... Alright. Emperor's not bad. Trying to think about how I want to sequence, like, exiling things. I guess we just flicker the Bowmaster next turn so we don't target the Bowmaster. We just flicker this for Felia. We just exile, like, one of his Lotus Petals. Whoa! Force. Alright, fair enough. I guess we flicker nothing and attack for 1. Good old Felia doing what Felia does best. Attack on an empty board after being interacted with twice. Does Doomsday one of those MDFCs you can personally shoot for a land? No. That would be funny. I don't even think any of that... Are the black MD... Oh yeah, one of them is a sorcery, huh? Doomsday down to 5, down to 3? We're dead unless we draw, like, Bowmaster, probably? Is there any other card in my deck I can draw that's relevant here? I don't think so. Actually, I guess potentially we could, like, Overlord into exactly black MDFC. Overlord into exactly Boggart Trawler. And then bolt in the Boggart and then attack and flicker the Overlord and grab the Bowmaster and then cast the Bowmaster. Other than that, we don't have 4 lands, so we can't, like, threaten Emperor damage. Oh, well, maybe we can beat some sort of pile that he makes that... that doesn't draw his whole deck. Who knows? He put a Consider in there, so I'm not feeling great about my odds. We can actually technically, like, present lethal here if we pick up Felia and cast Solitude and Ephemerate it. And cast Solitude pitching the Felia, then Ephemerating it. We do have lethal here. But obviously, he's going to go for a kill that... I assume just, like, double edge or something? Plus, like, one other thing kills me. I guess you can even use 1 Straight Wraith if you really wanted. Wow, no respect for my Orcish Bowmaster in hand. I mean, I would have just fucking cast it immediately. Yep, edge, kill you. Well, we tried our best. Ah, big cards. Get out of here. Get out of here. I didn't check for basics. I'm so lazy. I hate going through Doomsday piles online. Is like my least favorite thing to do. I just see my opponent exile 50 cards and just my eyes glaze over. Lower Boy, thanks for the 78-month resub. I guess you have been subbed for 6.5 years. Welcome back. Does the 22422 in Eureka's name stand for the number of wins they've got? Number of wins he's got against me specifically. Eureka farms me on the daily. I guess we board in this Null Rod. It's probably better than some number of our... We have a lot of cards that aren't super exciting in this matchup. Like this whole thing, basically. Is Ketramose Legacy? Yeah, I mean, that is the question we're trying to answer. Can we, like, play Ketramose in Legacy? Certainly not against Doomsday. Yeah, Rod's, like, fine. It's good against some number of their hands and piles. It's probably worth boarding in. It's just like not exhilarating. But we have a lot of cards that are like pretty mediocre here, right? I think I just want to cut all these and call it good. This seems fine. All right, Ketramose, very good card to pitch to Chromox. Casts our white cards and our black cards. Look at that. But notably, that honestly one of the reasons I liked Ketramose is because these like black-white decks with Chromox that I was trying before, not having a good gold card was a real downside. The question is, how do I want to sequence this? It'd be really nice to have like Felia turn 1 and like start White Orchid Phantoming shit. Or Bowmaster turn 1. But it's also Eureka and he kept 7 cards, so I really want to Thoughtseize, but like being able to just like play my cards before I get dazed would be nice. Just like turn 1 Bowmaster face, go. I think I might just Sorcery Speed Bowmaster face and then cry when I get turn 1 Doomsday, I guess. If I get turn 1 Doomsday, I feel like we might be able to do like White Orchid Phantom the land. Am I dumb? Am I like an idiot for not turn 1 Thoughtseizing my Doomsday opponent? It feels so mediocre with this hand. The fact that I have exactly 2 mana and a bunch of 2-drops, I don't really want to cast a 1-drop on turn 1. Like, maybe this is, like, psychotic. Yeah, Doomsday's, like, turn 1 Doomsday's not, like, the easiest thing to beat with this hand, but it is winnable, certainly. Yeah. If we draw a land, our hand looks so much better. Well, I mean... Now we probably want to Thoughtseize. It'd be nice if I, maybe Eureka will tell me. What if he's lying to me? Eureka wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe it was worth not playing a 2-drop on the day's turn now, but... Oh, we don't want 4th land. Ooh, Emperor of Bones. Kind of want my 4th land now. Get this White Orchid Phantom back. Hey, Jarvis, thanks for the big raid. Appreciated, friend. Let's start with Thoughtseize here and figure out what's going on. Welcome, welcome, Jarvis's viewers. Hope you had a good stream, Jarvis. Wow, that is a lot of cards that look kind of like Doomsday, but notably, if I take the Doomsday, it takes a lot longer for him to do things with those other cards. Seems pretty good for me. Oh, I was supposed to play the Emperor Bones pre-combat because I was going to cast it here. Exile 1 more card. I don't think there's any reason to cast Felia because we really don't want to flicker our Bowmaster because then it gives them a window to cast... Oh, I shouldn't... Why did I exile the the Underground Sea. I know he has that in hand. I took the Doomsday. Gives him a window to cast like Brainstorm and stuff. So I'll just sheepishly cast my post-combat Emperor of Bones. Probably won't matter this game, but definitely matters in your Ketramose deck, right? You want cards being exiled. Fortunately, avoided seeing all the mill wins. Oh, I ducked out at the perfect time. Yeah, we got a game. Look at that. Eat shit, Eureka. I think I like my play, thinking back on it. I think I like my turn on Bowmaster play. I think I might have wanted to cast Thoughtseize on turn 2. Probably wanted to cast Thoughtseize on turn 2. Telling your friend to eat shit. I would only tell Eureka to eat shit. Out of almost anyone that is a regular viewer of this channel. Did you have any good sideboard cards? I didn't see. No. Is this an honest answer? None of my sideboard cards are good? The flutes are okay in this matchup. Eureka giving me some sound advice. Is this a D&T deck? It is! It's clearly a D&T deck. Look at the name of the deck, Jarvis. Legacy, Black, White, Sewers, parentheses, D&T still. This hand doesn't seem very good against Doomsday, huh? Eureka, can you not keep 7? Keep the old 0-lander? Pray to draw all land? How good is this hand even if we draw all land? Pretty good. We got Bowmaster and White Orchid Phantom. It's not unreasonable. Probably go 5, huh? Alright. 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 This is a hand. Maybe he'll have Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. What do we bottom here? Overlord, Emperor of Bones. We just keep... I almost don't want to keep Trap because this card like isn't actually good versus Doomsday. This backstreet is the fucking worst card I've ever seen. Just drawn it twice in a row, just the worst possible moment. It's possible we don't want one. This mana base is kind of a work in progress, but like we could like have less fetch lands and not play backstreet. It's like 6 fetches, 7 fetchables right now. I don't know. But yeah, I think I probably just bottom these two. Is it immoral if he turn 1 Lotus Petal Dark Red Doomsdays and I didn't tell him about the Mindbreak Trap? He asked specifically, did I have any good sideboard cards? So not telling him about the Mindbreak Trap is, I think, justifiable ethically. Because Mindbreak Trap is not a good sideboard card. Whatever helps me sleep at night. I think my conscience is clear. I just have to top this. I mean, we just drew a really bad card to pitch the Chrome Mox. It's like kind of like a land, right? Helps us cast Bowmaster and White Orchid Phantom. I'd probably put this on top. I'm not happy about it. Alright, Cantrip, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Mill's Days. Surely that's a good sign for me. Might be a sign that he doesn't have a second land. Well, maybe not. Alright, what do we do here, chat? Thoughtseize, try to live another day. Chromox, pitch Solitude, cast my 1-drop, say go. It's very clearly trying to hit lands to cast this Doomsday. I almost want to cast White Orchid Phantom. White Orchid Phantom is one of your better cards post-Doomsday. Summoner by Eureka to make this Mind Trap even more embarrassing than it usually is. Who knows? He could still cast Cantrip Dark Red Doomsday, and then we'll get him. We'll get him good. Kind of afraid of Daze. It's not like it gets much better. We're gonna get... Yeah, I think there's arguments for Thoughtseize or Phantom here. I think Bowmaster's definitely wrong. It is between Thoughtseize and Phantom for me. I'm thinking I'm gonna Thoughtseize. I'm leaning Thoughtseize here. He's just gonna have 2 Doomsdays in hand. I'm gonna feel like a dunce. The way he's been like cycling Street Wraiths and like milling off the Surveil makes me feel like he's just digging for lands more than he's like milling the days because he has another one. But he could also have another one. Yeah, the Solitude is getting imprinted for sure. Was this? Oh, he did have a daze. Does he have 2 dazes? No. He just wanted to tap me out? Interesting. I guess he's maybe scared of like a 2-drop to come down after that. Also, he just has 2 fucking Doomsdays, but also we would have got the White Orchid Phantom, White Orchid Phantom dazed here anyway. I mean, do we just take the... Is it insane to say take the deep analysis here just to get it exiled? So we can't, like, do some weird LED pile with it? Like, the Doomsday and the Personal Tutor are blank pieces of cardboard once he's gonna untap and cast Doomsday 100%, right? So taking the deep analysis is, like, just correct? You want deep analysis to give him a reason to play into my... Oh, you just leave him with the deep analysis so he, like, goes LED deep analysis and gets trapped? That's fair. Yeah, alright. Then we just take one of the Doomsdays very inconspicuously. We could be, like, leaving him blue card for, like, Force of Will, though. I guess we're leaving with Personal Tutor as a blue card for Force of Will anyway. So it's going to 7 here. I think Bowmasters gives me the least likelihood of dying, right? Because it puts him to 6. And then he... Oh no, then he can just draw 5 cards and still kill me. Huh. But I mean, like, White Orchid putting him from 3 to 2 mana is also just going to kill me, right? Yeah, I guess leaving him with the deep analysis wouldn't really matter either if I'm just gonna, like, cast Bowmasters. He's just never gonna cast it. He's probably just gonna, like, consider cycle, Oracle, whatever. White Orchid's a May, right? I can't force a shuffle. Controller may search the library for a basic land. Sure. Alright. I think I'm going to cast Bowmasters and then hope he doesn't play around the card that every combo player knows how to play around. It's MH. Yeah, come on, MH3 design. Can we like force him to shuffle at the very least? All right. What do we do about this one, huh? All right, hang on. We gotta do some counting, I guess. Step 1. Force, 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 force. Days, 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 days. All right. I don't think we slam it, right? I think we're supposed to hold it up. No pedals in pile. Pedal, pedal. Wait, pedal, pedal, pedal. One pedal in pile, right? Let me pop this out. Oh, it makes a weird sound. I guess you guys can't hear that. Pedal, 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 pedal. No, yeah, 4 pedals are here. I think I'm supposed to hold it up, right? And wait for him to, like, go for it. Although it's a little bit scary. Because you don't know when he has, like, the window to cast. Maybe you just slam? He can't have a deep analysis pile, though. He exiled the deep analysis. Oh, did he put the deep analysis back in his deck? I wasn't watching. No, it's exiled. There is no LED, though. That is true. Brainstorm, brainstorm, brainstorm. Is it brainstorm in his pile? I hate playing against Doomsday in a league, man. This is just the fucking... This is the stone worst thing about Magic, is trying to, like, reverse engineer your opponent's Doomsday pile. I think his pile has Brainstorm and Consider in it. Brainstorm, Consider, Edge of Autumn... Brainstorm, Consider, LED, Thoracle, Edge. 2, 3, 4, 5. That all makes sense. I don't think you can beat it. He would draw 3, 4, 5 cards exactly, so he'd be at 1 if we Bowmaster. Does Flute buy a turn to resolve the other one? Phantom Delma doesn't buy a turn. He just, like, draws LED, considers into the other thing, into, like, and then casts Brainstorm, cracks LED. Well, then he plays into the Mindbreak Trap, though, right? Don't we just slam Flute named Thoracle and force him to just go for it? Force him to, like, go for it all in one big turn? I also kind of forgot we had Mindbreak Trap in hand. I guess maybe it was wiser to wait until he, like, does something. Because he could technically play around Mindbreak Trap, right? By, like, LED go, and then, like, cantrip into Thoracle after, or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to think about this game anymore. I don't know about... Just fucking kill me, Eureka. I guess he can't Brainstorm and Consider. And Thoracle, because Thoracle costs 5. I think if he just passes, I might actually lose. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. That I shouldn't have cast the flute sorcery speed. If he passes, if he passes, he's just gonna cycle crack and then I lose, right? Like blowing up his land doesn't matter. Oh, he doesn't have. He needs 5 mana for Thoracle. Yeah, that does maybe matter, huh? Oh no, he has Edge of Autumn though, right? Edge of Autumn costs 0. Presuming that he brainstormed properly, he can just Edge of Autumn me with 2 cards in library, or 1 card in library. He might even. He could just cast Consider here, right, and just kill me with 0. Cast Consider, mill a card, draw a card, draw. Oh no, then you couldn't use the LED though. You just cycle Consider and not mill? Yeah. Cycle Consider, no, don't mill, draw a card for turn, bottom card, Thoracle. Yeah. Yeah, he's got me. Yeah, Wasteland would the only thing that would have got me there. Wasteland would have been a sick top deck, huh? I don't think there's a way out of that if he's smart and plays around the Mindbreak Trap. And, like, maybe there's a world where you can hold Flute and goad him into, like, going for it or something? But I stopped wanting to think about it. Like, you have to Flute that turn or he just kills you. So, maybe you just hold Flute. What's up, Blackie? How's it going? I swear to God, if everyone comes in here, it's like, we got 6 people in the prelim. I'm not playing in the prelim this week. You can't trick me. Mostly because Ketramoses are like 8 bajillion tickets, and I have to play on the Daybreak account instead. Alright, this ain't any bad. Critically missing a white card for the Solitude, but you know, Overlords are pretty good at finding those. What's going on, huh? This is a league. Am I just gonna get fucking obliterated by turn 2 Scion of Dracos? Alright, what am I doing here? I think I'm pitching this Boggart Trawler to Chrome Mox and casting Overlord with the Bale Merc. Am I pitching Boggart Trawler? Do I want a 3rd land? Could pitch the other Overlord, could pitch the Emperor. I'm not pitching the Solid. Pitching the Solitude is, like, maybe smart, given that... Oh god, what have I done? Given that I actually have no ways to take a Leyline of the Guild Pack off the board, so presumably I'm just going to get Scion of Dracoed. I'm never going to be able... You might actually Solitude your own thing, stay alive. If I pitch this, I have 2 lands only. This Chrome Mox kind of eating up space in my hand. Emperor of Bones is good with Overlord Mills. I think I'm going to pitch Bogger. Maybe that's insane, because I don't have any more lands lined up. I guess Chrome Mox is like a land. Once I get to that stage of the game. If I can, like, get Felia for Overlord, start fueling the engine, or, like, Ketramose or something. Hey, a Ketramose. Yoink. So if they just play a Scion on turn 2, it's just like, we want to race, try to get Ketramose online, try to build an overwhelming board state. Ketramose online for lifelink would be a really nice way to try to offset it at least a little bit. Or we could, like, Overlord dig for our 1 Witch Enchanter. No Overlord is great for me. I'm not super interested in just jamming a Ketramose into a bunch of open mana versus what's presumably a deck that has a bunch of like plows and leyline bindings in it. We could play Emperor out and just have it die. Just to, like, set up for the catch. If the opponent doesn't kill the Emperor, then we set up for a Ketramose turn. Or we could just Overlord again. Kind of want to play out the Emperor of Bones. Bait removal spell. Try to get Ketramose online. Solitude something, maybe. Maybe they'll let me exile a card, too. Exile one of my own lands. Oh, man. Not even gonna let me exile a card first? What if I wanted to grab my Solitude, and then you can get it exiled forever, opponent? Guess if I did play Ketramose, it would actually cycle off of this Leyline Binding, notably. Oh, I forgot to change my Solar Splashers. It just defaulted to the newest one, which is this Aetherdrift one, I guess. Yeah, Solar Splashers gets a new art like every single EDH deck. We'd probably pitch this Solitude to the other Chrome Mox as well. Now that we could have access to the Solitude via Overlord if we want it. What's my opponent up to? What is going on here? Just like 4 to 5 color control-ish stuff and Leyline Draco. They got like the 2-mana Jace in there? What? My opponent is cooking. Ooh. Philly's a nice pickup. It's probably just gonna fucking die, you know. But I'm pretty happy to have it in this hand. We'll just cast it here. Just sit here with my 2 mana. After I pitched my land. I don't regret my choice. We're not doing anything with 3 mana anyway. And we do have access to the 3rd mana, I just haven't played it out yet. This is time for Jace. Is Jace castable on turn 4? I forget the text on that stupid... The Jace that plots stuff. Alright, they definitely have a removal spell. Sorry, Felia, you might be going to the farm upstate. I'll cast in response to this to be slightly better versus Force of Will, I guess. And it's going to be exactly the same into Leyline Binding anyway. Whoa, Tamio? Well, this turn's gonna be... Is this turn just gonna be absolutely fucking nuts? I guess maybe they could have a Force Will for my Ketramose, but... I'm gonna draw like 8... I'm gonna draw so many cards here, right? I guess I'm not gonna draw that many. I'm gonna draw like 2 cards, right? Chrome Mox. Pitch Plow. Cast Ketramose. Attack, Flicker Overlord, draw a card. Overlord comes back. Pick up Solitude, pitch Solitude, exile this, draw another card. Alright, well, I guess step one is see if my Ketramose resolves. Maybe, is it, like, greedy to try to cast this Ketramose here when I could just plow? But I want a Ketramose. Ketramose is the cool card. Oh shit, it's all working. Trigger. I think I'd rather have Plow in my hand, so wait for the Overlord to come back, pick up Solitude or a different white card, and then Solitude this Tamiyo end step, and keep the Plow, rather than deal 2 damage, because I really don't care about 2 damage. Oh, that didn't even block. Oh wait, no, that was the attack step, maybe? I don't know. Sure. They have, like, Terminus on the top of the deck? What's happening? Am I just gonna, like, smush them? Maybe I pick up this Felia to pair with... Like, if I don't get Terminus, I think I just win, right? So if I do get Terminus, the Felia pairs with the No, I can pick up the Felia with this Overlord anyway. So we just grab Solitude and then pitch Solitude, keep Plow. When did I draw this? Was I supposed to play this? Did I draw this when I flickered the Overlord? The Overlord with the Felia? Am I stupid? I might have. I might be stupid. Although Ephemerate wouldn't beat like a Terminus or whatever anyway. It would let me cycle the Overlord if I wanted. Probably wouldn't even cast it. Sure. You got it, boss. Yeah, loot away. Mystic Sanctuary back your Brainstorm. You see the truth. Sure. You have a Brainstorm on top. What is happening to me? I'm scared. Oh, sure. You don't even have anything to sack to this. Attack me, yeah, go for it. I mean, I can't block that. I don't know if they know that. Alright, well, time to, like, draw 900 cards, I guess. One, two, three, four, 5 cards exiled. Emperor is 6 cards exiled. No, 7 cards. This is actually exiled. I can get this Ketramose to attack, I think, if I play Emperor of Bones, but then the Felia doesn't have anything good to flicker besides this Overlord, but I want to deal damage. Am I missing anything? I love that you can't actually count exiled cards because they're in like 100 different zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exiled cards, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I was supposed to... I know we drew the Emperor, so I couldn't Emperor Solitude that turn. I don't know. I think all roads lead to Rome here, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the Ketramose needs to attack this turn, which means I think I just want to suspend this. And then flicker it and just draw more cards. Oh. Yeah, why not? I guess I'm supposed to draw a card first before I mill. Inform my decision a little better. Let's add Ketramose to my hand in case we get, like, Terminus or something. We can pick up Solitude with the next one. Still haven't found our one Witch Enchanter. Would be nice against this Ley Line. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I really don't think that matters at this stage of the game. I'm gonna be honest. I guess it might. Maybe their last card is another Broadside Bombardiers. They attack. That's still not even lethal, right? Yeah. Because I could Solitude my own thing and gain life. Exile what? The Felia? Felia can't even attack anyway. Everything else here attacks, but you know I have a second Ketramose in hand. Sure. Oh, plows for all the overlords. We'll ephemerate that, I guess. I maybe should have ephemerated the first time, but I cleverly forgot that I had an ephemerate sitting in my hand. I'm gonna mill myself. I feel like I might. A little scary. Hey, the Witch Enchanter. We need that. Hey, they give up. Nice. What the hell's my opponent cooking, huh? Jace, Tameo, Broadside Bombardiers, Leyline of the Guild Pact. Skyclave seems pretty good. Flute is good against Bombardiers and Jace. White Orchid Phantom, I imagine they only have the one basic island in their deck. Path of Exile, similar reasons. How the hell am I supposed to sideboard this deck ever? It feels very unintuitive trying to figure out how to sideboard. These are the only locks, I think. Good against... Well, good. They're decent against Leyline up the Beanstalk. And Broadside Bombardiers, and actively good against, like, Tameo and Jace. Bones is good with Ketramose, and that does seem kind of important in this matchup, but Bones doesn't seem at its strongest here specifically. Maybe it is something as simple as just like this. Maybe we're not supposed to go all, like, have all of this pile of removal, huh? Because no, they had so many creatures, though. They had Tameo and Bombardiers and Scion Draco when they don't have the Leyline hands. I think that means you want a bunch of removal spells. Maybe we'll just do this. Maybe we'll just board Lele. I think our deck looks to be in a good shape to beat this deck. His hand's not in a great shape to beat my opponent's deck, but it's fine. We just need to draw another land. No one ever talks about how hard it is to sideboard against Bruise. You're a brave soldier on the front line. True. I get my opponent's probably thinking the same thing. What the fuck is my opponent doing over there? Ketramose, Felia Overlord, and Chrome Mox. Alright. Thoughtseize, notably, is one of the ways that you can interact with turn 0 Leyline, turn 2 Scion, which is nice. Oh, they did. They just show basic plains and basic island, right? Makes sense that you'd have those in like a Blood Moon format. Let's make sure we're not just gonna get fucking hosed by turn 2 Scion here. Deal with the Tameo later. Oh, well. Good news for me. Is that we're not gonna get fucking hosed by the turn 2 Scion Draco. Good news for me if my opponent misses on a land for exactly 1 turn. Well, I would like more than 1 turn, but minimum 1 turn would be nice, because that means I have time before like this Jace comes down and they start cracking clues, stuff like that. Yes, this is what we want. Also a pretty good top deck for after our first Bowmaster gets plowed. Just cast Brainstorm. What could go wrong? It's just a Felia. Don't even worry about it. So we just Bowmaster here, get it plowed, do whatever, and then hold up. We have the potential to cast Felia or Bowmaster the following turn. Ping your face. Opponent casts Swords to Plowshares. You got it. We will hold up Bowmaster or Felia, depending on what we feel like. Is there a world that I cast Ketramose this turn? I don't think so. Even if we do draw the land, I think I'd want like stuff in play to pressure the Jace. Ooh. I'll take that. Fucking kill this Tameo, I guess. Solitude pitch Ketramose. I didn't even think about last game, the fact that Felia can just blink the Leyline so I can target the stupid Scion. Something just completely not on my radar until right now. I'm just thinking about if my opponent had found another Scion or something. So now we can hold up Felia or Bowmaster, depending on what we want to do. If my opponent does nothing, I will likely just cast Felia instead. Try to get like Ketramose online or something. Maybe they drew another Plow or Binding or something. Maybe they didn't. Inconvenient, but that's fine. Two legacy players don't draw lands. Yeah, mine's looking a little bit better, certainly. New card. We'll just flicker the Ketramose in case they drew, like, Brainstorm this turn. This still cycles, right? Yeah. Nice. Ketramose. So yes, clearly this Ketramose is what we needed to win. We were so behind until we drew our third mana source for Ketramose. Clearly the undisputed champion of this game, and not my opponent keeping a one-lander. The deck still feels a little clunky. It feels very similar to when I've tried Chrome Mox. I mean, I guess we played like the Magic against Doomsday. It doesn't really matter. And then we played against my opponent, who we had a cool game one where we got to actually do our thing, and it was very cool. And then game two, my opponent just like didn't have a functioning hand and then died. So still low sample size, but I do have the same concerns I've had with previous iterations of like trying to do Chrome Mox Overlord stuff, where just like sometimes your hand doesn't really do anything. But ideally, Ketramose is a way to bridge that gap of like you don't draw your Felia Overlord power cards specifically, that you also have Ketramose as this like secondary engine. Sounds okay. This is kind of what I'm talking about, though. Is like this hand is like kind of non-functional, but it's like we have a lot of good cards that we can draw to like kind of fit the pieces together. But right? Like this Felia doesn't do anything. We could maybe draw a white card and then pair like Felia with Emperor back Solitude or something. Keep this. Scary matchup. Probably Delver. Could be Sneak. Black-white Chrome stuff is good until you remember just kind of eats shit to days. Yeah, I mean, ideally this deck has a lot of good tools against Delver. And, like, this deck has, like, a phenomenally lower curve and more and more access to mana on the early turns than a deck like D&T does. Look, it's just oops, I promise. Yeah, that's fine. When will the double no bug go away? Cursed forever. Oh, did they shovel their ponder? I wasn't even locked in. I probably would have wasted them. They've drawn so many cards since then now. I don't know if I want to waste them anymore. We have so many good cards that we could cast. We only have... kind of sucks if we just get wastelanded off of our black source with 2 black cards in hand, huh? I think I'm going to play this game and not trying to waste them. This is just a second days. I'll call. Ah, well, I'll take that. Good exchange. I did put my deck list on Flex Slot, right? People keep calling up that command. I'm only like 80% sure my list is on Flex Slot right now. Waste my bog. That's kind of what I was worried about if I had just fired off my own wasteland. Well, still unfortunate. Especially given, like, I kind of just want to waste them now and Solitude. Pitch my only white card, have no castable spells, only have 2 lands. It's probably inadvisable. I'm at 17. How much do I care about this channeler? I think we can afford to wait like 1 turn. If we draw a white card, we can maybe cast Felia through around days and around removal spell holding up Caracas. Whiteboarded MTGO cards, is that what we're doing now? Yeah, I think they added the mystery booster stuff. It's getting pretty scary now. We'll probably have to... Oh, geez, alright. We can just draw Ephemerate? Be like the nut? Honestly, though, just, like... Black Source would go pretty crazy, right? That's the opposite. I said Black Source deck! Am I winning if I just pick up this Felia and Solitude thing? Probably not, right? Am I winning if I don't? Also probably not. I have one card in hand. Damn, it'd be really nice if I just fucking even cast Emperor and, like, take out the artifact out of the yard. A handful of, I think it is just pick up Felia, Solitude, a Channeler. The old attack for 2. Use this to cast Solitude, have 3 uncastables. Actually, maybe I am supposed to Wasteland. I was thinking about getting to Emperor of Bones, but I can't anyway because I would need double black to Emperor in 1 turn. Flip off Force, huh? Flipping's really bad for me. Flipping off Force is pretty bad for me. If it had missed and we draw a black card, we could, like, Bowmaster the Apparition. Probably dead now. Drop Black Source, we're still dead. It's not a Black Source. Unfortunate. Yeah, these mana bases are always something that I do kind of hate. But, like, the Chromox plus actual gold card in the deck. But I'm still not happy with the mana base at all, and I'm also pretty bad at building mana bases, so who knows. I usually leave in White Orchid Phantoms as, like, D&T. I don't know if I want to board them in. I think this deck has a bunch of cards that are supposedly good in this matchup. It's also a matchup where, like, you want to, like, Ephemerate Solitude, but they also have so many interaction points. How's Ketramose been so far? It's been... yeah, we've had exactly 1 game where we've, like, put it into play relevantly, I guess. Maybe we can just cut all these Thoughtseizes, huh? Bring in 1 Phantom. Just cut all the Thoughtseizes. That seems fine. Cutting a bunch of black sources for my Chromoxin. Surely this won't punish me. Surely this won't punish me. After I keep... Fetch basic swamp. I think this hand is... I won't say good, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to click keep. I think we do fetch basic swamp and get our Caracas Wastelanded. We'll be fine. Hey, Hooch Bazooka, thanks for the resub. Appreciated. We have removal spell and we have the thing, so why wouldn't I keep? Wasteland me. Dang. Alright, that's fine. Not turn 1 threat. Big. How's new stuff been? Ketramose was cool, but, I mean, hasn't really done anything. Hey, he's here. He's ready. Ponder Shuffle. Alright. We hit him with the Wasteland this time. We learned from our mistakes of me not paying attention last time. Hit him. Dang, never lucky. Now they play the turn 1 threat and I feel like a fucking dunce. Never mind, alright, we're fine. And they fetch the basics, so we'll draw our 1 White Orchid Phantom. We could also draw the path. More realistically, I'm just gonna go Marsh Flats go. Alright, we can jam Felia into removal spells now, more confidently. Sure. I could just plow Surveil for 4th land. I want 6 cards in hand. I'm happy if my Felia converts for like a daze. It's crazy if it converts for a force, but likely it just converts for bolt, which is not very intriguing to me. I don't really want to fetch basic swamp. But like we also can't represent Felia next turn given our mana situation. We can't represent like Felia hold up Crocus because all we have is this other Crocus. I think we just jam the Felia, and we do fetch basic swamp. Stifle, cry. Days? That's fine. Ketramose, you're not looking too good right now. Ketramose would be pretty nice if we could cast one. You have another days then, or force? Just gonna cast that into a Bowmaster. I guess I would just always jam Bowmaster there, so maybe that's actually a pretty good read. You just like always jam Bowmaster into Delver. Yes, fine. I don't think I'm gonna plow this. I think I'm just gonna cast the Felia into another removal spell or counter spell. We don't want to just get Murktide Regented. Be nice if I could have a Felia or a Ketramose in play and like convert these plows into cantrips and stuff. But alas, I've elected to keep this terrible hand and also wasteland my opponent for no reason. Daze, force, bolt, unholy heat, sure. One of these days. Maybe Overlord will find our land. Hey, a land. Look at that. So if there's an opening, we can Lotus Petal Crocus to get like Emperor of Bones plus activation in the same turn. If we really want to. It's definitely not exciting. It's gonna be just Murktide plus force your removal spell kill you. Fair enough. Go to 2. My opponent has 2 cards left in hand. If we play Ketramose this turn, we can go to 6. We're actually down 1 card off being exiled, but Emperor Bones gets there. But did they pitch the Brainstorm? They pitched Preordained. Did they cast this Brainstorm? I don't think they did. No, I think they did, actually. Wasn't really paying attention. Maybe Felly. Is Felly better than... Leave me alone, opponent. Felly better than Ketramose there. Flicker the Overlord, try to find Solitude. He's also Bolt. Alright, fine. Opponent no fun. Ketramose was so good. It got countered. Delver always has the Wasteland when you don't want them to have the Wasteland, and then they never have it when you do want it. Classic 3-drops in Legacy, yeah. Definitely a poor showing against a deck that I would want to be good against, as currently built. I think the Wasteland was really bad. I think I'm just not supposed to do that. If we actually had mana that game, we actually get to play. I mean, it's very easy to get tricked into, like, Wastelanding Delver. Because I like, didn't pay attention to it game 1, and then thought about it game 2 when it was much worse for my hand. Yeah, when you're Wastelanding Delver, the trick is that Delver's actually just Wastelanding you with their Volcanic Island. Match, come back. Revealing Yorion, huh? Oh boy. Alright, this hand's got stuff. Is my opponent really on D&T, though? I'll believe it when I see it. Not just some fucking island. Oh, actual D&T? I think I want Surveillant here. Briefly thought about like playing around Blood Moon and stuff. Red Mesa doesn't necessarily mean red. I think I do want Caracas. Caracas is another land. If I get Wastelanded off of white, it's a good way to like pair with Ketramose. Good way to prevent Felia if they're on like their own Black-White Overlord version. Us impend. White on white violence. I will take this Emperor of Bones. Don't mind if I do. Pairs well with the Ketramose. What do we got over there? Basic plains, huh? Maybe playing around my Wasteland, maybe plotting for a Magus of the Moon, who knows? If they just pass here, it probably means Felia, right? That's like really conspicuous if D&T keeps a hand that goes land, go, land, go. Could really easily just be like fetch swamp cast Felia, so I think I want to play Caracas in my own Felia. cut on some. I mean, the issue is that we didn't really have other cards that we boarded out some like Thought Seizes, which are also not very exhilarating in the Delver matchup. And this is like sample size of like 2 games, and we had a pretty awkward hand, and then probably a misplay. Almost certainly a misplay. Anyway, I think we just say go here because it both lines up well with our 3 mana of Felia plus protection and lines up well with preventing them from doing the same Felia thing. I forget how much of that I said and how much of that I just thought. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Thoughtseize is very mediocre in the Delver matchup. Like, I've played it in D&T sideboards where you have, like, actual nothing. You board in, like, 2 cards versus Delver, and you keep some of them in. Oh, was I supposed to block that? It's probably extremely free. Oh, well. That'll be fine, I'm sure. Certainly I won't be bolting myself exactly next turn to cast this Ketramose. Maybe I shouldn't. Like, if I get to combat here, it just goes crazy good for me anyway. I'm just going to flip this Overlord and murder them, right? I'd rather just, like, Bowmaster, keep my life total high. Also, like, hold up Ephemerate for Overlord, stuff like that. If they... Yeah, I think I'm just going to go to combat. I don't need, like, an embarrassment of riches here. Wow. They just don't have anything. Am I supposed to bolt in this Boggart Trawler then? So I can hold up Bowmaster plus Ephemerate plus Caracas? Probably. We're at 13. And we'll have a huge board. It's probably fine. We have 2 Ketramoses in hand. We'll take the second Felia. They're both not helpful here, but, you know. Land, go land. You have, like... What is in my opponent's hand? What's going on? Yeah, Phantom is another card that is exactly okay versus Delver. It's, you know... A lot better in D&T when you get to, like, Formula back and you have, like, a 4/4 flying Vigilance First Striker versus all their 3/3s. Phantom's pretty medium versus 1 basic Delver. Mill Caracas. I feel like you'd want one here. Getting bodied by this Felia. Maybe it's just too late for that part of the game. Skyclave the Felia? Reservation of Ketramose, just win moral all the time. I mean, it's a card advantage engine that's relevant when you don't have, like, your other card advantage. It's redundancy, not necessarily win more, is the idea, at least. I'm trying to cast this Felia. If you have, like, Solitude and you want to pitch cast it, that's totally fine. Or you just don't. That works too. Ugh. What do I even do here? Real embarrassment of riches. Just a... I could just suspend Overlord again. Maybe find Solitude. It lets me attack with my 5/5 and not blink it, which is nice. Hey, a Solitude. Just the card I was looking for. To absolutely body my opponent into next week. I guess I should... No, we're keeping the Solitude because we're in the Solitude Ephemerate. Oh, yeah, we'll take another land. That's fine. Deal. Go ahead, block. I could hold up, flash other Fellia. We're just going to play this land tapped. You almost want more of these lands because they're so good with Overlord for, like, actually hitting your land drops. But they just, like, they're so bad in your two-color deck for like, you know, having a functional mana base. I have every card in my graveyard in my hand already. Sure. This game's over, yeah. I think the game ended about the time my opponent didn't have interaction for my Fellia Overlord. Yeah, they're like half spell, half land slots, but they're not particularly good spells as far as Legacy is concerned. So it's like, you can't get away with just playing like 3 Witch Enchanter, 3 Boggart Troll or whatever, and just deciding that you want to cast it sometimes. Because it really fucking sucks to cast against like 60% of matchups, I would say. Maybe that's a little bit aggressive. But you also don't want a bunch of bolt lands in the Delver format. Probably just board like this against D&T. I'm not going to claim that I'm good at building mana bases. I'm very far from it. Maybe there's a world where you can make this mana base look better with, like, more MDFCs. Maybe I should be taking notes from whatever those modern players are doing. But I feel like the modern players are mostly just doing, like, Godless Shrine, Surveil Land, Fetch Lands, and then, like, 4 or 5 MDFCs. Seems low for a Chrome Mox deck. I mean, we have a lot of cards where we can pitch to Chrome Mox. We all have pretty low. We have a pretty low lane count already. It just like the numbers of colors really is strenuous in a 2-color deck in terms of like playing lands that only tap for 1. Yeah, Modern also gets to get away with taking more damage more aggressively. You don't have to play, like, these weird basics to play around Blood Moons and Wastelands and stuff. What am I doing? What am I cutting? Mono Red Stompy is an entirely different deck. Very, very, very different. It's a mono red deck, it's a Blood Moon deck, it's a much more aggressive deck. It's a deck that can't really beat Delver anyway without, you know, severe deck building tweaking, and its plan is like lock Delver out so they can't really kill you. I don't know what to cut, man. Cut these bones. If we want to just like compare it to other random Chrome Mox decks, Turbo Muxus decks of yore were playing exactly 2 MDFCs, so it's not really saying a lot. does before MH3. Yeah, but you could play 4. And then they didn't. It's kind of not it. The MDFC... I think the only red MDFC they had is, like, the best red MDFC. Arguably the better one for Moonstompy is, like, the Stone right now. But, like, if you wanted to play more MDFCs in Turbo Muxus, you would play more Shatter Skulls before the other ones. Nice. I was about to say, what would I surveil for? And the answer is going to be Overlord of the Baelmerk. Now, what do I surveil for? That's pretty good with my 3 Solitude hand. Got 3 lands. Keep that on top. We might take it slow and, like, turn 2 Overlord to set up, like, turn 3 Felia protected by Ephemerate or something. Both these MDCs feed way more castable. You're telling me that the 5 mana 2/2 with no other text is more castable and useful than Shatter Skull Smashing? The Stone Rain, that's also like a Falter, is pretty reasonable in your Blood Moon deck. Oh, the black, you're comparing them to the black-white ones, sure. But, like, back to the point, the black-white ones aren't very good to cast. They are very expensive and don't do a lot in a lot of matchups, so they can't exactly qualify as spells. It's entirely reasonable that you want to play more, and that's like, but then I think you have to take that into consideration for the mana base. What cards are we cutting to actually like fit? Because we're just going up on lands at that point, right? Because they're what, half spell, half lands. You cut 2 spells, 2 lands to fit in like 4 more or whatever. What spells are we cutting? How's our mana base look afterwards, after we cut some other lands for other lands that only tap for 1 color of mana? Maybe we're not allowed to be a wasteland deck? Is that even legal? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, fuck. Chad distracted me from my... I forgot what my plan was. My plan of cast Overlord on turn 2. We're saying that 4 seems more reasonable if we're going to play Chrome Mox. I don't think that the main hindrance of this deck is we don't have enough stuff to pitch to Chrome Mox reasonably, but obviously Chrome Mox and MDFCs are very good together. But that's not exactly the problem we're trying to solve as of yet, at least. So now we just get to kind of reset button our issue from last turn, which was we forgot to cast Overlord, because we get to cast Overlord this turn. And also Wastelandless Carcass. So we can set up our Felia. You gonna cast a Felia for no reason? Deal. Alright, now I won't cast Overlord. Actually, we could, like, go for some Ephemerate Solitude stuff, or we could just Solitude, pitch Solitude, and then Baelmerk guaranteed get back a card. That's probably the play, huh? We already have a Solitude. Ketramose could be the white pitch card if we want to scam Solitude. Otherwise, it might just be like a pretty good card to cast. I think we'll take the Ketramose. This Vial's looking a little bit scary. It would have been nice to find like a Skyclave there. play one each without the Chroma. Yeah, they're fine. They're okay to work in your mana base when you can afford to. You just have to make pretty real mana base commitments to put more into your deck. Did you jam Ketramose? I feel like it just gets exiled. I guess we just go for the Felia hold up Ephemerate plan first. They're good cards. They're just not free. And you could play Mourn, try to make the mana a little bit better, make the mana worse by adding more one-color lands in your deck. It's like version 0.1 of the deck. It's another Felia. You have Violent too. You have two things. Felias plus. You just also. Have like a Bowmaster here. Ooh, this is a pretty good Solitude scam turn. Just grab like a Cauldron, it'll be chill. Don't even worry about it. So if their last two cards are Solitude White card, I think I exile the Felia first, and then cast Ephemerate. What would I get here if I were them? Cauldron? Sash? Neither are super enticing. Cauldron, alright. We can beat it with Felia, even if we get the Solitude killed before the Ephemerate comes back. Well, sorry, Ketramose. Maybe Ketramose is better than the Felia? Probably not. Goodbye, dog. Last two cards, Solitude White card. They are. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna beat a Cauldron with Felia plus Overlord. It's one of those moments that's bearing out of my fear that Ketramose not really having like ETB / active values by itself hampered my hopes for it. Yeah. 3 is a lot of mana to commit to your card draw engine. To your 3 mana Beanstalk that doesn't cantrip on ETB. Leave Vial on 2 is insane here. We just take some hits from his Cauldron, it's fine, and get our Overlord shit online. Hopefully they didn't top deck Swords to Plowshares, huh? That would be pretty unlucky. Oh, nice. I would like to buy back probably the Solitude. Yeah, definitely the Solitude. Ketramose doing a pretty good job of being pitched to all of our pitched cards in this deck. Attack for 5, sure. I might even spend this turn just killing the Cauldron token. Why is my opponent leaving this Vial on 2? Shouldn't you be, like, going for Yorion in your Yorion deck? You have a lot, like, good chunk of 3s and pretty impactful 5s. to cast a 3/1. Removal spell? What the hell is this? What 2-drop do you have here? Is this like White Orchid Phantom? For Caracas plus removal spell? Is this Lion Sash plus like eat my creature? Oh, this is Phantom Blade. Oh, well, you fucked this up, opponent. Because I can just kill this Stoneforge Mystic, right? Hold priority moment. Think we're fine here. Still feel pretty fine here, regardless of exile choice, honestly. Yeah, I think we're still pretty ahead. We just pick up another Felly. Ketramose doesn't do anything, huh? I mean, we could cast Boggart Trawler. This beats Indestructible, right? I haven't actually had to read Cauldra in 100 years. Yes, it will. I can't just block it with Ketramose. Cool. Good. Good to know. I mean, I could block it with Ketramose, gain 4 life, and then Caracas it with the trigger on the stack, which would be kind of funny. Going to 10 here. It's probably just correct to get the Felia. Just as extra insurance in case they, like, answer my Overlord, and then I don't have a way to beat this Cauldra complete. First strike. Oh, I wouldn't gain life, yeah. I would absorb 4 damage. And then pick it up and put the trigger on the stack. Why are they leaving this vial on 2? It's driving me insane! Why are they getting so rewarded for it? Actually, they'd rather just get, like, Skyclave here, probably. Well, I guess not anymore. Skyclave would have been good at some point here. This vial could be on 5! You could, like, have vialed in a Yorion, or vialed in this hard 5/5 version of this Overlord. I'm going nuts. They get Stoneforge. Double block my Solitude. Well, I guess we just get to have it all, huh? Do I even want to have it all? I have to take 3 to have it all. Do I just start by attacking? Ketramose ain't doing shit anyway. If they double block, I think I'm happy to gain 3 life, and also puts the Solitude in the graveyard for an Overlord attack next turn. All of which seems pretty good for me. I'm a big fan of not being at 10 life versus this Cauldra complete. We could also just, like, mill second Solitude or something at this point. Or not. Hey, Harain, thanks for the raid, buddy. I just went to block, it's cool. My Solitude gets to live. Excellent. Their Sash is in the graveyard. Four more is exiled. Culture's in play. The only thing they have is only one left. Have I used all my Solitudes, really? Oh, fair enough. Keeping better track of that than I am. Maybe it is Ketramose time, huh? They're gonna be able to Phantom Blade something of mine. And then after they do that, presumably I will just cast the Felia anyway. And then flicker the Solitude or whatever. Ketramose also just gets like big lifelinker in play. I don't even have to block, I can just start attacking with it. I could also shock in the Boggart Trawler and hold up Caracas forever. I think that's probably pretty safe, all things considered. Hey, Harayan, thanks for the gifted sub to OK. This is maybe risky, but I think it's probably fine. We're gonna start gaining like 8 bajillion life. How's Ketramose feel? It's been a card. It's been okay. I swear to God, if this Vow doesn't take up, I'm gonna lose my mind. I mean, I think the Yoria's probably out of commission now in terms of relevance, but like, what are we doing? You could draw like Flicker Wisp. Your mana's spoken for here, and if you top deck like Flicker Wisp for Overlord, you could do something. Maybe I was even supposed to like cast Boggart Trawler instead of Ketramose here in case of like Flicker Wisp Overlord stuff. Get back Solitudes. I remember a time when it was sometimes right. Yeah, you just like never leave your Vial on 2 in the blind anymore. There's just like so many busted 3s. Attack for 5. You got it, Chief. Are they just gonna like use the Phantom Blade to fog the Felia? But then we can gain 4 life. And also 3 life. I do have to be a little cognizant of if I exile things, I actually do take damage and could die. But this thing's online now, so. Cast Felia, untap, full send team. Flicker the Germ token, probably. Is Ketramose a mate? It is not, unfortunately. A little scary against Orcish Bowmasters. That's a pretty good draw. They're just letting me attack. Alright. I don't think I'm just gonna flicker the Germ. I'm gonna mill out. No one plays Bowmaster anymore. Surely. I could wasteland my own Bog so I could cast it and then draw a card with the Ketramose. I believe my opponent's dead. I'm not an expert. Why are we doing this in response to the Overlord trigger? You're gonna let me get back whatever you kill? What's happening? Didn't I qualify for the PT with this deck? My opponent's deck? Yes. Oh, did I say I'm not an expert, but I guess I am an expert at my opponent's deck. Attached to the Cauldron that's getting killed? Huh? Wait, what is happening? Where's this other trigger going? I can't fucking see. Or no, it's killing my Overlord. That's fine. I don't give a shit. I can stop milling out now. Overlord trigger. Resolves. I have this Timeless Dragon. This Emperor Bones is way better. Gets me back in Overlord so I can mill out. You can just exile the Timeless Dragon. Get a 4/4. Draw a card. Wait, oh, I don't draw a card flickering the Germ. Yeah, because it's not a card being put into exile. Huh. I didn't think about that. I don't need to draw a card. I'd rather have a life than a card, honestly. Only on cards. It is my turn right now, but yes. Only on cards is something I didn't really think about in that moment. Like, you could have equipped it to the Stoneforge, like blocked a Solitude or something, or like eaten the Felia for free. I would have had to Crocus it or something like that. Isn't it just lethal? You're just dead. It's alright, sure. I want to take a lot on that incredibly dead turn of theirs. Alright, I'm running to the bathroom real quick before we play the last round of this deck. Oh, let's do it. Remind me to do a giveaway when I can get back too. We can do some play point giveaways. I should probably do 2 because I'm not going to hit all the streams this month. Anyway, back in a bit. Alright, we're back. We'll do a play point giveaway. Let's do some exclamation point giveaway. Code Ketramose. Type Ketramose in the chat. Get your chance at 120 play points. Where's my title? Ketramose. Bang. 120 play points courtesy of the fine folks over at Daybreak Games. Shout out to them for letting me give you all these great codes. Also thanks to someone for some sort of notification. Loot Hound, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Get your Ketramoses in chat. Card has not really shown up a lot at all. This deck feels about as good as it has every other time I've tried like Chrome Mox Felia Overlord stuff. There's certainly other ways to build it. I mean, I'm not going to claim that my version 1.0s. We've solved the deck. We've tried the best Ketramose deck possible. But I do think, like, honestly, like, at least 30% of why it's good is because it's a card that pitches to both Solitude and Chrome Mox, and, like, kind of glues the deck together in a way. So it's not like unreasonable that we haven't casted a lot and we actually have just pitched into Chrome Mox and Solitude several times. Hey, kitty, get down. Get out here. Get your Ketramoses in chat. And we will call it. That was one of the best parts. Yeah, genuinely one of the best parts of Fourth Erlingas in Red-White Initiative was that it pitched to Chrome Mox and Solitude. You are not wrong. Is it just me? Can no one see the I and in this little... I don't know that there's... Is that just on my... Okay, yeah, no, that is just on my weird OBS. There's like a little... It's a little dark patch over the eye. Main question is just, is the rest of the deck better than just your... Yeah, that's the question, is like... The thesis of this deck is like we're trying to draw towards the Felia Overlord engine more because it's very powerful, reduce consistency with Yorion. Can you use Ketramose as a secondary engine to improve the consistency of like this sort of engine to, you know, power through your deck, draw a bunch of cards, bury your opponent card advantage, and also supplement that with like this other stuff? And the answers kind of felt like no. But obviously it's, you know, V 1.0, probably not even that, V.5 beta testing. Let's wrap up this first giveaway. We would probably do another one before the end of the stream because I have more play point codes to give away, but let's wrap it up here. The winner is Janky B. Congratulations. Let me get you your code. Please spam rigged in the chat if your name is not Janky B. Where is Janky B? I'm blind. Is it time to put Yorion? We could also, yeah, just play, like, Yorion in this deck, too. Yorion Chrome Mox never really tickles the good part of my brain. Why am I not... Oh, there, I found Janky B's message. I did it. Whisper. Congratulations. There's your code. I haven't won a play point giveaway since the very first one. Tragic. I'll try to rig the next one for you, Chylith. You even entered one besides the first one? Oh, I didn't even notice. So we lose two. We lost to Doomsday, and then we lost to Delver, and we've clobbered D&T without really doing Ketramose stuff. We mostly just found the window for Felia Overlord stuff, which is good, I should say. It is important that this deck does function without the Ketramose, and that it is a way to supplement the Overlord Felia package, which is kind of the main synergy. We also beat up on like the Leyline Scion. Oh, two prelim regulars. On the draws, hand's got a lot of juice, not a lot of lands. I think I'll mulligan. I don't really know what Harain is playing. Keep this, bottom Chrome Mox, keep 4 lands, Emperor, Ketramose. I mean, it is a good turn 2, turn 3, theoretically. You could bottom a land, keep the Chrome Mox, and try to like spike a card, spike a spell off the top, and go turn 1 Emperor, turn 2 Ketramose, which is much more powerful. It's probably not unreasonable, honestly. It's a little dangerous, but I guess it's not that dangerous, because if we miss on spell, that means we draw land, and if we draw land, we just have enough lands to cast all of our shit anyway. He's 1 to 5 though, which means he's on a fucking Black Saga Storm. And the handsome cards in my hand don't matter. Just gonna turn 1 main, we can go on to game 2. What the fuck? Mulling to 5, he's on a Mystical Archive deck. Now he'll mill and we'll wasteland him. Well, the things that I didn't want did happen, but he milled. I guess I could see milling a wasteland if you're like land play. I think we just always wasteland, right? Stifle not guys on Stifle. He plays a bunch of fucking bullshit on his, like, he plays like Casino Storm, as he calls it. Now what, huh? If he is on Stifle now, we probably want the Solitude, huh? Could pitch the Bowmasters, play Emperor, which I don't like in the face of, like, removal spells, because we lose a bunch of our spells. We could also, like, pitch Emperor, hold up Bowmaster. We could just go land go and regret the decision of me keeping this Chrome Locks over a land, now that he's on a real boy deck. I think I'm content just land going here. Also, I guess he's on Stifle Knot, so if he is on Stifle Knot, we could just literally get stifled, which would be kind of unfortunate. We can try to fetch around that. Mystical Archive plus Wasteland does scream Stifle Knot, right? There's, like, not a lot of other blue-white Wasteland decks out there. I think we accept getting Wastelanded here, or getting Stifled here. We can cast a 2-drop next turn anyway. If he doesn't have Stifle, then he doesn't have Stifle, and we're fine, yeah. Maybe that means I should have fetched Upkeep? Can't tell if he's pump faking for the camera, or if he genuinely thought about stifling it and didn't. Pump faking for the camera feels like something everyone would do. I really feel like a dunce for keeping this Chrome Mox in my hand and then not enacting the plan that I kept the Chrome Mox in my hand for, huh? Putting this land on top and just casting a 2-drop on turn 2. Do I just continue to go land go? Oh man, I guess I'll cast my spell. Ding. There's no way he's got the stupid 1/2 in his deck, right? He absolutely... People have not been putting the stupid 1/2 in their deck in like the past like month or so. There's just no way. He absolutely does. There's no possible way. He just said that it's good again? Oh man, alright, fine. We'll respect it. I should have probably cast Emperor Bones this turn, huh? What do I want to do here? I kind of want to cast Ketramose, honestly. I feel like maybe we get Dress Downed here? Like Dress Down Stifled? It's gonna be awkward if I pitch this Ephemerate and then have nothing for my Solitude or Emperor of Bones. Maybe that means I'm supposed to cast Emperor of Bones. Sets up nicely with the Solitude potentially, or the Ketramose, yeah. The old post-combat Emperor Bones. Don't even worry about it. We didn't want this Ketramose online anyway. The stupid one too. The Doorkeeper Thrall. That's the one. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. More like Dorky Thrall. Got him. think we just try to go crazy. Chromox pitch Felia, Ketramose, Solitude, pitch Ephemerate. Draw, enter combat. I guess we get to enter combat, exile card, then Burbones first. Try to draw a different white card. You kind of pop off. Feeling really stupid that this isn't a land from 5 turns ago, but come on, we gotta play new card, right? New card, good. This triggers on any card exiled from any graveyard, so I can exile my opponent's shit. Draw a card. I could just ignore this, but I could also draw a card. Earth is this? Oh, this is completely fine. We're about to cast Ancestral Recall. I think that's going to be better than your Divination. Gimme. I guess we're not actually gonna Ancestral Recall. No, let me have this. Come back. Ketramose pretty good there. I mean, like, we didn't have a lot going on in terms of our engine. Ketramose filling in the gaps, synergizing with some of our cards to help cantrip. Drew us like 3 cards over the course of 2 turns. Gotta give it to him a little bit. Ketramose kind of cooking there. Is it weird that I want to like board out Bowmasters versus the blue deck? It's like doesn't kill anything. Might be the worst card in my deck here. I guess maybe you could talk me into Ephemerate. Although Ephemerate's good at like resolving your Solitude through Stifle effects and stuff. I just want to cut these guys. Maybe this is insane to do versus the deck with Brainstorm in it, but it just like doesn't kill anything of theirs. Doesn't kill Doorkeeper with Roll, doesn't kill Curie. Doesn't kill the Annihilator thing that we just saw. It doesn't kill Dreadnought. Alright, this is pretty strong. Take this. I think we're just going to... Don't really want to necessarily fetch Swamp because we have Trawler in hand. But I don't want to fetch... We could just shock... We could just bolt in the Trawler. but that's not very thrilling either. But I don't want to fetch Scrubland and have my only white source wastelanded, although we're probably going to pitch it like a Solitude to the Chrome Mox for a white card. I guess we probably just fetch Scrubland. There's a chance we pitch the Bargar Trawler to the Chrome Mox or something. Suppose we could have done that. No, especially when drawing the Wasteland. We could have pitched Trawler and used that to cast the Thoughtseize, maybe. We have Plow for Curie. We take Plow to protect Dark Ketramose, I guess. We have 2 removal spells even, if he finds another creature to play after the Curie. I don't know if he can Pending my Ketramose. Notably, Pending important for conserving my Chrome Mox purposes. But I think we just take this Plow. I'm probably just going to play tapped Bargart Trawler and Plow Curie here. And then turn 3 Ketramose. Or not. Don't think I want to play this into a Pending. I'd rather play it, because I don't think he can Pending a Ketramose in his deck. I don't know if he has like the 3rd color. I think I'm just going to play this tapped. Maybe this is a turn I'm supposed to just slam Ketramose. Just like Wasteland, Chrome Mox, pitch, Boggart Trawler, slam Ketramose. I don't really care if he Pendings the Chrome Mox. It's got a little awkward. Played Strange, played Tundra. Drew Brainstorm and fetched away 2 things, so not necessarily having these 2 cards in hand. So this does get a little awkward because I could potentially get dazed here. Maybe we just wait again. Surely I would never get punished for having a bunch of card spells that don't tap for white. Very nice. Not punished. I think now we'll cast the Emperor. I don't really care if the Emperor gets pending to that much. We have Solitude to potentially pair with the Ketramose. We do have to be worried about this Consign. Overlord. Could consign the Overlord trigger. Ketramose time. We are plenty of cards away from casting this, or from attacking with this, right? Don't have Chrome Mox pitch yet, so we just do have literal just 3 cards exiled. Big brain play, accidentally Playground Sanctuary when I targeted the Plow. Was not even on my radar. I was just like, what's the card I would least likely to my opponent to have back in their hand? And it was like, this Plow, I guess? It was not even thinking about Mystic Sanctuary. Very funny. Kind of just want to Impending this Overlord. If they consign it, I don't think I care that much. Not really. I could like Chrome Mox pitch Skyclave Hardcast Overlord. They didn't daze. He didn't daze my Ketramose. It leaves me 5 mana and play to Hardcast a Solitude after. Do you draw off Mox? Unfortunately, no. The cards being exiled have to be exiled from the graveyard or battlefield. That would be sick, though. Consign the trigger. No consign on trigger. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Is he holding the consign to try to pair with, like, a Dreadnought or something? Seems pretty dangerous, though. If they plow one of your creatures not named Ketramose. If they plow Ketramose on my turn, I would still draw it too. If they plow any of my creatures on my own turn. Ketramose would draw a card. Wasteland, sure. Nope. I wonder if not consigning the Overlord trigger means they don't have consign, or they're saving it for like a Dreadnought. Well, seem to kind of have an embarrassment of riches here, huh? Well, Timeless Dragon, I knew your time was gonna come to an end one of these days. I guess I could attack first, huh? To get a worse white card. I could cycle the Timeless Dragon to get a land, and then pick up the Timeless Dragon again. Or, more realistically, I should probably just Solitude the Curie and pick up the Solitude again. That's probably much better. Yeah, it's fine. I'll pick it back up. Wait, do we have 7 cards? Okay, he's off it. I didn't realize we had 7 cards exiled. It is true. The MTG interface is truly so bad for tracking Ketramose because the exiled cards just go in so many different places. Like, if we go back to this fucking game, it's like we got 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The only way you could figure that out is we got to 7 by pitch casting the Solitude here the second time because of these cards being exiled. There's just no fucking way to tell until your Ketramose is just suddenly online and loses the text cannot attack or block. Love to look at the exile zone and see that there are 5 cards exiled and my Ketramose is online. Yeah, we couldn't attack anyway because we had to cast the Solitude the second time off of the Bale Merc attack trigger in order to get all the way there, but very, very goofy interface for trying to figure out your Ketramose stuff. Anyway. Notably, I think Ketramose was like pretty good in that game specifically. When you play your Ketramose out in like the slower matchup and you have like your engine running, your Emperor of Bones, you're like casting Swords of Plowshares on your opponent's stuff, you're attacking with Felia, even without Overlord necessarily. Your Ketramose draws you like 2 or 3 cards, and it does look very good. Let's play like a game or something with Muxus, huh? I swear I saved this deck. I did. Okay, cool. So I had no idea what the fuck I was doing with this deck because I haven't really thought about Turbo Muxus in a while, but there are a lot of cards you want to, like, try. And there was a period of time where this deck just wasn't actually playing Goblin Lackey anymore, but that period was mostly when you had Mind Goblin, so you could just pretty reliably cast your Muxuses. So, like, maybe you're supposed to play Lackey again, but also Lackey always worse in the deck without like, removal spells to help clear the way for it, so could easily be much worse. But also, like, Bombarder's fodder when it's bad. You have, like, haste enablers like Howl Squad Heavy, Draconautics Engineer, stuff like that. Some stuff to make Goblin Lackey a little better. Very easily could be a bad Goblin Lackey deck. Also, this deck's probably severely misbuilt. I'd, like, spend about 45 seconds after copying and pasting an old Turbo Muxus list. Get out of here, kitty. Cobbling this stuff together. Let's maybe get a better Ancient Tomb in here, huh? Also, I'm not really sure if you're allowed to play Arena of Glory with, like, 8 mountains. Maybe it's... The Arena of Glories may be cute, and you're supposed to not play any Arena of Glories and, like, just play some MDFCs like we were just talking about. Also, yeah, I wasn't sure, because I think the old Turbo... Like, the first Turbo Muxus decks weren't playing Simian Spirit Guide, right? Simian Spirit Guide's kind of a relic of... Because it was so good with Mind Goblin, right? Because Mind Goblin, when it hits the 5, which is like 70% odds or whatever, you have the Simian Spirit Guide to get you to the 6th. So, like, maybe this isn't a Simian Spirit Guide deck anymore. We could just, like, cut these cards for some other, like, 2s and 3s. Well, let's just fucking play those. See how the cards do, huh? Feels like on paper Dreadnought's so good, but it feels so rough. Well, I mean, when you queue into, like, Death and Taxes or Death and Taxes adjacent stuff, you're just gonna get, like, shit-housed. I guess that's not true with, like, some iterations of Stifle Knot when you're playing, like, Doorkeeper Thralls and stuff. You had 2 Thralls, yeah. There was a moment in game 1 where I, like, almost attacked Bowmaster into 2 open mana, and I was like, there's no way he's on Thrall, and then everyone in the chat was like, he was just talking about Thrall being really good on his stream. Yeah, Pile Driver is another direction. If you play Pile Driver, you want, like, more token stuff, right? You switch to, like, playing a bunch of Seer Slicers and other token generating stuff to, like, tag team with your Pile Driver, I think. And obviously it's really good with Howl Squad Heavy. There's definitely another direction you could take it. Don't forget the second. Wait, yeah, we'll try to do that before the end of the stream. This game doesn't seem very good, huh? Alright. Believe in our Lord and Savior Goblin Lackey on the draw. Never once failed us. Goblin Lackey doesn't even do it. Like, it draws us cards with Ringleader when the only cards we want to draw are lands. Not even very good here. Update the deck list, please. Oh, yeah, smart. For people who want to copy this terrible idea. Lackey will almost assuredly post a better one shortly, so don't worry. What am I mulliganing towards? I guess just, like, land Ancient Tomb, Howl Squad Heavy or something. Alright, fine. Keep these stupid Goblin Lackeys. I mean, Lackey Howl Squad Heavy is a plan. If I bottom bolt these lands, I can still not cast Howl Squad Heavy until turn... We'll just bottom this and this. This is probably as good as it gets. Update Flex Slot and Stream Decker in the meantime, huh? Good old Goblin. These Goblin Lackeys are fucking sick, honestly. If you just say Goblin Lackeys. These things rule. Look at these guys. What's going on here? Polluted Delta Mortuary. New deck. 2 Turbo, 2 Muxus. That's probably not helpful. I should probably name the deck just Ketramose, post Aetherdrift. 2 turbo, 2 mux. That's what, if you didn't catch it, that is what I named the deck in MTGO. But on my flex slot, it's probably a little bit more helpful to name the deck something descriptive. What is my opponent cooking over there? I'm not like only half watching, so. My opponent's topped on 2 and sorcery speeded this Underground Mortuary and topped again. It's gotta be like Reanimator, right? I mean, I guess I just have the old post-combat Howl Squad Heavy, Sear Slicer Goblin, and then die. Turbo Muxus is now on Flex Slot. We'll add it to Stream Decker. My opponent's casting Entomb. I believe I am dead. Not an expert in these sorts of things. Good draw. Powerful draw step. This goblin has to attack if able, huh? That doesn't seem very good for me. I think you can beat this. I'm less confident. Oh, I could sack it. Wait, the Skirk! Do I attack with everyone except the Skirk here? They block the Howl Squad Heavy, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to 4, and then we get another token, and then we're good? Well, good. Do I think I think we just full send. Wait, shouldn't I be at 2 speed? Oh no, because they lost life and then I put in the Howl Squad Heavy. That's funny. Attack all, they never block Skirk. Is that disrespecting your Reanimator opponent, or is that the correct play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They would go to 2. That's the correct play? Oh god, this is... what's going on? I'll have to stack these triggers, sure. I feel like it's not the correct play, right? Because then I don't think I have lethal the following turn still if they block Skirk. They would go to 2, and then if I attack all, they block... They gain 7 and they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that. You draw something? That seems like not believing. That doesn't give me a ton of confidence. And anyway, I'm wondering if I'm supposed to cast this Spirit Guide. I guess they probably attack, yeah. If they attack, then I am probably supposed to cast Spirit Guide, huh? I can't sack it to the Goblin token. I can't sack it if they don't attack with a Grizzlebrand, which is kind of awkward. But even if I cast Simian Spirit Guide, I still have lethal, right? I get another Goblin token, I attack with this. They block here, they take 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4. Yeah, they'd still be dead. So I think we cast this for 1 damage. Kitty, what is your problem? I suppose that, yeah, because they're literally dead if they don't attack. So maybe we can tag them with the Skirk is correct, huh? I guess it matters if they like attack with Grizzlebrand and then make an Atraxa or something. If I did my math right, I didn't do any math. That math is for my opponent to do. Next turn, I'm gonna untap and I'm gonna attack with all of my creatures. Potentially not attack with the Simian Spirit Guide. What's the name of the new Drift Goblin? Howl Squad Heavy is the good one. There's also Draconauts Engineer or something? Draconautics Engineer. There's one Seer Slicer Goblin that I put in my deck is putting in work here. Maybe Seer Slicer Goblin's the sauce. In Turbo Muxus too. You just make like a token build with pile drivers. Is that better than, like, I mean, I guess. Is that better than Mog War Marshal? Is, I guess, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Is the answer to that. Anime dead. No, my Howl Squad Heavy. That feels like it doesn't really do a lot. I have not mathed it out, though. Maybe it does. Maybe it does exactly enough, actually. Block. They take 3. Am I gonna lose because I cast the Simian Spirit Guide? I guess lose is a strong word. I still feel in a pretty reasonable position. We just draw a lot of cards that win the game. Interesting. I suppose this is not unreasonable. Yeah, I also wasn't sure. I think that casting the Simian Spirit Guide I think is good because it was expected that this Grizzlebrand was probably going to turn sideways, so you'd rather have a 2/2 than a 1/1. Maybe I was supposed to attack with Prospector, huh? We'd have more damage. We'd have a dead Skirk potentially, which is way worse to reanimate, huh? Let's just draw. Yeah, that's probably pretty good, huh? Oh no! Have to sack a lot more stuff, that's for sure. I mean, with my Muxus luck, I'm gonna lose this game in like a landslide, right? I'm just gonna... It's just not even gonna be close to close. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna hit 6 lands. Like, just sack Lackey, token. Cross my fingers. Is there ever a reason to sack Seer Slicer instead in case I hit, like, Haste Lord plus, like, Matron or something and I want to put something into play? Both of these just get blocked by Howl Squad Heavy. Yeah, we do sack Seer Slicer. Alright, come on, Muxus. Muxus, don't fuck me on this. Muxus, if we 0-6 this, we will I'm turning off the stream, Muxus. Just know that. Stream ends. Peace.